Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this one, I will be making a case for a knife I made a little while ago. I will not be making the knife, just the case. So, about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, I'll start 2 years ago actually. I made this knife I really liked. It was a Bushcraft style knife, and it was quite a bit better than anything I had made before. And so I made a wood template of the design so I can reuse it. And I made a batch of 4 knives, all with varying levels of quality, just because I'm inconsistent. And I ended up finishing 2 of them almost right away. And then the other 2, I was planning to do something a little more complicated with the handles. And that just got me stuck because I didn't really know what I was doing yet. But the blades were still pretty good. And so I finally finished the knives off camera a couple months ago, probably. It was around the same time I made the gut hook from that other video. And now one of my customers said he would like a case alongside it after I offered it. And so I went and I made that case. That's what you're watching right now. And a funny story about the said customer is he got fired from his job, and so he's not going to end up being able to pay for this. So I'm not going to sell it to him, and instead I'm selling it on that website you saw at the very beginning of the video, along with 2 other knives from that same batch. And I'll include pictures of those at the end of the video as well. You can buy this one for $350, one of the other knives for $200, and one of the worst ones that I finished right away for $100. So quite a bit different in the prices there, but I'd say it's worth it. They're pretty good knives. They're all made of 1095 high carbon steel and heat treated pretty well. You can take a beating. They all have paracord on the handles. And then, of course, this one comes with the case, so it's just a lot more expensive. This ends up being a pretty nice case, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't done anything like this before. I haven't really routed out shapes with a router, and I haven't done a lot of this stuff. But I have done woodworking in the past, and I've used these tools, just not for these things. And so I think those experiences helped me make a pretty good product here. So what I did was I just traced the knife onto the wood, cut it out with the router. Here I'm using the orbital sander to clean it up. I think I did this a while ago. I think I started at around 120 grit, and then I took all the sides up to about 600. And then what I did for the lid was I took another piece of walnut. Both sides are walnut, by the way. I haven't really mentioned that yet. But I took another piece of walnut and put hinges on the back of it so you can swivel, obviously, and then latches on the front. They're pretty cheap hinges and latches, but they're plenty strong enough for something small like this. They're not preferred, but they'll work. There was a lot of trial and error that came along with me not having experience with this specific type of work, because you see I actually chipped the wood there with the file a little bit. I just didn't really know what I was doing at the time, and so I ended up making another lid for it, because what I did with the first one was, instead of using the little mini screws that came with the hinges and latches, that's what I did at first. But then I tried to use tiny brass nails because I thought it would look cool and decorative, but it really didn't, to put it simply. And so I kind of had to mess up and scuff up the lid to get them out. Too much for comfort, so I just went ahead and made another lid because it's just a solid piece of wood that's got a smooth finish. so it wasn't a huge deal, and I didn't want to replace the bottom piece. It didn't get scuffed up too bad anyway. If you're interested in the knives, check out the website. I know I already mentioned it. I'm just kind of excited and I like money. So, yeah, it'll be probably the first link in the description, the only link in the description. Just go ahead and check it out, and you can also hear some things about me. I put a few things in there. Here's roughly what the box looks like. I mean, of course it's what it looks like right now, but it's about what the box ends up looking like. And it's pretty cool, honestly. It swivels really smoothly, works really well. I ended up putting foam in the bottom where the knife sets in. What I wanted to do originally was just pad the whole surface of the part that holds the knife. I wanted to just cover all the surface with foam, and then I ended up trying to fill the hole with foam, not fill it, but bed it with foam, which also was really tricky, so I ended up just putting little rectangles of foam, and that actually worked all right. You see here I'm putting thumbtacks in there to hold the foam along with hot glue. Hot glue isn't anything special, but that combined with the tacks will be plenty to hold it. And my job with the tacks was pretty terrible, I'm not gonna lie. It was really awkward to get them in there, and they turned out being off center and all wacky. Not the greatest result, but it doesn't really matter in the end. And here, I didn't really show myself remaking the lid, but that's the new lid right there. You see there's no old screw holes in the lid. I'm actually about to start talking on the camera because I didn't want to do a voiceover, but I wanted to talk to the camera for this video, but I ended up just scrapping all of it except this part, so I'm going to be quiet now. Alright, forgive the mess, but it's done. It's finally finished. Now, all I have to do is coat it with boiled linseed oil, and I've gone ahead and I've hand sanded the knife and polished it again and done a bunch of stuff because it's been sitting for a long time and I didn't really prep it properly for the type of steel it is. Because of that, I'm going to coat the knife in mineral oil and of course coat the case in linseed oil. Don't mind this container. My linseed oil container is kind of dying, so need a replacement. Alright, I'll go ahead and do that on time lapse and then I'll finally be completely finished. I'm just being quiet again for this part because I'm about to start talking again once I'm done with the oil. Alright, I have completely finished this entire project. This has taken an extremely long time because I'm slow and really good at procrastinating. I believe I started this in April, maybe late April, and it is now mid to late June. So I'm not exceptionally proud of that, but it got done, and I think it turned out pretty well. I love the way Walnut looks with linseed oil. It looks so great. And this knife just fits like a charm. Tuck the paracord in there, you put the knife in there, you close it. It's just perfect. And there's no wobble because of the foam in there. So, yeah, I think that will conclude this video. Thank you for watching. I seriously doubt any people stayed this late. If you did, feel free to comment. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Alright. If you've seen my karambit video, Not the original one, but the one with the voiceover. I'm going to say what I said there. Odds are you haven't seen it, but whatever, it didn't do very well. If you like my voiceovers, leave a comment. Just let me know if you want me to continue talking in videos. I probably will keep talking anyway, even if you don't like it for whatever reason, but just let me know. For these slow-mo B-roll shots, I had to use my phone because my camera doesn't have a slow motion feature, and I had to use Snapchat to transfer the footage, and it just made them all blurry. These pictures are pretty good though. I'm right about to start the promo for my website. This is one of the knives, got 3 pictures of it, and this is the other one. Pin placement's pretty bad, but that's okay. And then here's all of them together. Again, if you're interested in purchasing any of these knives, visit the website. And yeah, that is the end of the video. Let me know if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.